gloves have come off in a heated legal battle between Garth Brooks and his accuser, a former hair and makeup artist who worked for his wife, Trisha Yearwood, since 1999, later hired by Garth in 2017. Now, there are sources who claim that, privately, Garth hasn't been handling things well and is under a tremendous amount of stress as a result of the allegations. And also, there's been backlash to his legal team's decision to name the accuser in documents, something they're now responding to. The suit alleges she accompanied Garth Brooks on a trip to Los Angeles from Nashville back in 2019. She says she immediately felt something may be off when she first boarded the plane, and allegedly, it was just her and Garth and not the usual entourage. Later, when they arrived in Los Angeles, she claims that Garth only booked a hotel room for both of them to share. She says she requested to have a room of her own, but Garth denied it. Later, in that very hotel room, she alleges that Garth would appear in the doorway in the nude and forcibly drag her onto a bed and commit sexual assault, a claim Garth vehemently denies. In fact, Garth alleges that this is nothing more than a financial shakedown and says she had been asking in the past for a salaried position, something they had denied, and later approaching Garth Brooks, demanding a private settlement, something he refused, and immediately went to the courts, filing a preemptive lawsuit, claiming it was defamatory and false, and getting the judge to attempt to put a stop to the suit to begin with, something that's still under consideration. Garth forcefully denied the accusations in a statement last month, saying, "For the last 2 months, I have been hassled to no end with threats, lies, and tragic tales of what my future would be if I did not write a check for many millions of dollars. It has been like having a loaded gun waved in my face." He continued, "Hush money, no matter how much or how little, is still hush money. In my mind, that means I'm admitting to behavior I am incapable of, ugly acts no human should ever do to another. We filed suit against this person nearly a month ago to speak out against extortion and defamation of character. We filed it anonymously for the sake of families on both sides. I want to play music tonight. I want to continue our good deeds going forward. It breaks my heart that these things are in question now. I trust the system. I do not fear the truth, and I'm not the man they have painted me to be." But the accuser's attorneys tell another story. They claim Garth's public persona is highly curated, and as time goes on, they say it will reveal his true character. They said, "I cannot get into settlement discussions, but the suggestion made by Brooks that he was unwilling to pay millions is simply not true. It seems as though Sean Combs and Garth Brooks are using the same public relations team by attacking legitimate victims. We are very confident in our case, and over time, the public will see his true character rather than his highly curated persona." And as Garth said in that statement, he made the decision to file that lawsuit preemptively more than a month before the allegations to put a stop to the claims he says are defamatory and an extortion attempt. But now, Garth has been under criticism for the decision to name the accuser in the lawsuit, and the accuser's legal team is now trying to sanction Garth. It's clear the accuser's legal team is outraged by the decision to name the accuser in the legal filing, but Garth claims it was the Jane Roe accuser who initially in the lawsuit wanted both parties to use their names. He notes that when he preemptively filed his lawsuit, he used anonymous names, and later he alleges their legal team challenged that and wanted both names revealed. It says in Rolling Stone, Brooks has claimed that he wanted to proceed with pseudonyms and redactions, but Roe opposed his motion for joint pseudonymity in its entirety. Brooks' lawyers say Roe urged the court that both parties to this case should proceed under their own names. Their new motion also cited a line from a previous filing from Roe's attorneys that state she was willing to proceed using her name here if the court believes that is necessary to deny Brooks' motion for joint pseudonymity. The accuser's outraged legal team responded recently to that decision, saying, "Garth Brooks just revealed his true self. Out of spite and to punish, he publicly named a rape victim. With no legal justification, Brooks outed her because he thinks the laws don't apply to him. On behalf of our client, we will be moving for maximum sanctions against him immediately." And now, there are new reports that claim these allegations against Garth have been affecting him poorly in private and possibly having an impact on his health. While Garth is fighting publicly to clear his name and has strongly denied the allegations against him, a source close to Brooks says that things have been taking a toll on him. According to In Touch, an insider said, "He's totally convinced he'll get through this sordid mess, but it's caused him undue stress. He's in legal meetings and the phone is going off 24/7. He's having to fend off questions from friends and loved ones. It's perhaps the most stressful event of his life." The source also contends that Garth has been dealing with elevated blood pressure as a result of the intense stress due to the lawsuit. Of course, Garth maintains this never happened. He's trying not to worry about it, and the people around him are telling him he'll win the case. But of course, it's still taking a toll. The source said, "Garth is trying not to worry and look after himself. Everyone is saying he'll win this, but it doesn't take away from the fact he's in a real bad place emotionally over this scandal. He's furious too. Words can't possibly describe what he's going through right now." And as Garth said in a statement recently on his show Inside Studio G, things could take quite a while to play out, and he's not going to be able to speak much about matters publicly.
To say it's been, well, actually, it's not been a week, it's been 2 weeks, hasn't it? We haven't been on it for 2 weeks. Lots happened in the last 2 weeks. Let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? This thing is on. It's going to happen, and people are telling me it could be up to 2 years, okay? So my suggestion is we all take a deep breath. We all just kind of settle in, and let's hold hands and take the trip together, okay? Because it is something that you cannot talk about. It's not, that's all we can say about it. So for those who joined us tonight to hear about that, I bid you a wonderful rest of your night, because that's the last we can say about it. And for those people that want to stick around, holy cow, people.
What do you think about this situation? Let us know down in the comments. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to CountryCast with notifications on for the latest news and updates.